Hello, welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at Erwinheimer Centre Travel World in Staffordshire and I'm here to review this. This is the new Laika Kosmo 60 Supremo. This is a special edition campervan for the 2026 season. Laika have taken their Kosmo campervan and added 3 special colours and a few extras, and here we go. So what do we need to know about it? Well, the Supremo range is going to be available in the metallic orange that we can see here, or green or blue. So 3 colour choices, and each have got their own individual interior styling. I'm going to put a link in the description below so you can check all 3 out and find out which is best for you. Right, let's go through the all-important facts and figures. So Laika, it's an Italian manufacturer, one that I have reviewed before and one that I do quite like. The Kosmo Supremo is based on Fiat Ducato, 2.2 litre diesel engine, 180 horsepower as standard and automatic transmission. So in terms of size, this campervan is 5 metres and 99 centimetres in length. It's 2 metres and 5 centimetres in width, and it's 2 metres and 66 centimetres in height. Obviously not when the pop top's up, but otherwise that's the sizes. In terms of weight, so this is a 3.5 tonne campervan, so you can drive it on your standard car licence, and it should tow 2.5 tonnes as well. So if you're needing it as a tow vehicle, that's what it's going to deliver for you. Now prices on Supremo start at around £72,000. This one here at Travel World's got a few extras on it and is priced at 83.5, and that extra also includes the pop top, and I'll go through that as we go around. But otherwise, 72,000 would get you in 180 horsepower automatic transmission campervan. Let's start at the front so we can see our metallic orange paintwork. The Laika badge here embossed there in this silver, and the silver complementing it down below as well. You'll see that the bumpers are the black. That is standard, that's part of the design for Supremo. And then as we come along, we'll head off down the offside first of all. Now you are going to get 18-inch black alloy wheels as standard, which I do quite like. And then on the orange paintwork, we can see the graphics or the decals here, the Laika badge embossed here. And then you will get an electric entrance step, I'll show you that shortly. And then this one has the additional pop top. So this is going to give you 2 berths, and there's also 2 berths in the rear. So you can have this as a 4 berth, and there's also 4 travel seats as standard. You can add a solar panel to the roof if you wish, and also a lithium battery. The habitation door here on the offside, that is standard on the European manufactured campervans. That's going to slide open back here. And then we're going to find our water filling point. So you will have an onboard freshwater tank and a grey waste tank. Now at the back we can see the rear view camera is situated just under the high level brake light, the Laika name as well there with some of those graphics, and then these dark tinted windows at the back. These do open as well for ventilation, and then the orange on the paint. Let's open up the rear end on Supremo and take a look inside. Now back here, the finish on this one is the stone grey with the forest green. I'll talk about that more inside, but here we can see the stone grey finish on the cabinets, and then as we look up on the overhead lockers, that is the forest green there. Now in terms of our storage area, so you have got a good amount of storage under here. We can see the nice wood effect flooring. This is the ladder that comes for the pop top, and then going back, our storage area. If you need more space for storage, then you have got the possibility of taking out and folding up the beds. The mattress is split here, so you can see these, lift those up so you can slide larger equipment through into the camper. Here on the near side, we have our gas locker. Now you can see in there storage for large gas cylinders. The heating system on board is actually a diesel system. So on board, you're going to have the Truma diesel combi system. So when you want the hot water or the heating, you're going to be running that off diesel. There is an option to have the Truma 6DE system, which will still use diesel, but then you can plug that in and use it on the electric hookup, so you're not just using diesel. Coming along, our toilet cassette point, a small window here into our washroom. This is the vent here for that Truma air-blown heating system and our electric hookup point. And coming along, this is our diesel filler and then the door into the passenger side. So on board, it is a right-hand drive as standard. And then last but not least, this is something I always like on Laika, the little Italian flag look. There he is. Right, so that is the exterior of the Kosmo 60 Supremo in the orange paintwork and the optional pop top. If you want an awning, then that's an additional extra. You can have an awning fitted. That's going to cost you just over £1,100, just so you know the price point. Right, we'll open the sliding door. I'll deploy the step and then we'll venture in. Before we do, I'll point out that you do get the fly screen here, and then I do like this, again the Laika logo here, and this here in the cream gloss, we can see the green and the grey. Right, that's the exterior. Let's dive inside. Let's make a start in the Laika Kosmo Supremo cab. So up here, now on the orange version, you are going to get this white coloured leather fabric. On the blue and the green, there's two different fabric choices, so it depends on the one that you choose as to how that's going to coordinate. But this is beautifully finished. We have the Laika logo embossed here, and the armrests are also finished in the same colour material. And then it's got the black contrast there on the stitching. Now, all of these models are right-hand drive, and I've already told you that you will get the 180 horsepower and automatic transmission as standard. The Fiat multifunctional steering wheel, and then here we can see our Pioneer infotainment system. So on there you're going to be able to play Apple CarPlay, you've got your satellite navigation, and the camera's going to come through as well from that rear view. Here, a number of controls, you will get the USB as well, and also some cup holders. So that is the front of the Fiat. Now around the cab and the front windscreen, you will get a blind as well for privacy. And then I'll turn us round and we'll start here. Now, this is your half dinette, your lounge area. As you can see, both the captain's chairs swivel. These are two travel seats, and then this bench seat here also gives you a further two travel seats. And then here we have the table. Now this does slide out further, and because this is Italian, we have our bottle of wine holder here, because what Italian motorhome won't be complete without a bottle of wine at the table. Now in terms of the finish on the interior, this is actually forest green. I don't know how well it'll come out on the review, because I know these colours aren't always as they are, but take my word for it, this is forest green. And that complements the stone grey that we've got on the wall. You can see on there, that is stone grey. And then here, the forest green again, and the forest green here. So this is our area for sitting and relaxing. So if you're wanting to do some work, there is a plug socket here, and this table, it does also move as well. Now above here we have this cupboard space. Now what's interesting is with Laika, the way these operate is if you pull, you hear that one click, and then you pull again and it's going to open up. So it's not a push, it's a pull. And you can see here you have got some shelves here and clasps, really strong clasps on the Laika. On each side here there is a little cubby, and there's air vents as well from that Truma diesel heating, so you're going to be able to have warm air coming in here. This part of the ceiling, it is padded, and that continues through here as well, so that's for soundproofing and insulation. And then what I really like is the light strips, these mood light bars that run all the way through, and under here we've got a stronger, more powerful LED light strip. Before I step down, because you may be thinking I've not got a lot of headroom, I am actually stood on this raised section here. Before I step down, we'll just talk about the pop top. So this is an optional extra. The pop top is about £5,200 more, but it's going to give you 2 more berths. So this is manually operated, and once it's popped up, you can see the headroom there. There is that big sunroof, and then heading back, the mattress there going all the way back in. So this is in effect a double bed, and you will also find here little lights dotted about. We can see one here. There's a 12-volt socket there, so you can use that if you need to use anything on the 12-volt system. And then just here you've got the little switch as well. So that is the pop top here up there. There is space here to put your ladder, so your ladder will come down here and you can climb up. Obviously during the day, if you don't need the pop top, you can bring it down, and it's going to make it more soundproof and less heat escaping from up there as well. So what we're going to do now is Jules and I are going to spin around and we're going to dive into that kitchen space. So the sliding door on the off side where we came through, above there we've got the control for the Truma air blown heating, the actual Laika itself, then we've got a light switch there, and then a sensor for the temperature within the camper. Here is the habitation door that we came through. You will get a Remis blind and fly screen, and this does open as well. A little bit of storage there. This is just a plastic finish, and here then you can see some of the finish on it with the orange paintwork. I'll just move downwards before we go any further. This is the wood effect flooring that we can see here, and then on this side we have a drop down compartment, then a plug socket and 2 light switches, and then a worktop extension flap. So if you do need a little bit more worktop, pop that up on that spring and there you go. Now we head into the kitchen. This is also the forest green. We can see that continuing here. Under here, 2 gas burners, as you can see there. And then back here, our sink. So this is that sink cover. Obviously you can just put that away or leave it out on there if you want to do that. With a camper van, you'll find there's always limited worktop space. What I do advise is you actually use the table as well in the habitation area for additional worktop space. Coming back, a nice good sized rectangular sink and the chrome tap that swivels. Hot and cold water from the Truma system will come through here. There's a plug socket. Then we have the stone grey finish here. A light strip here, which if I press that, that will illuminate. And then you can see here again the forest green continued under there. Somewhere to hang towels on these little hooks. And then we have a cupboard here. Now remember what I said about opening, and this is a nice cream gloss as well. So pull once, pull twice. Open that up and there's our cupboard space. Now what I do like with the Laika, at this price point, we're still getting the forest green colour in here and also here on the trim. So it's not just plain, it is nicely finished. And you also get some of the padded ceiling in there as well. Pull that down, close that. So yeah, this nice gloss there. Then we've got a good sized bank of drawers. You'll notice on this one, there is no oven fitted. Pull that, open it up. So here we have our cutlery tray, some space here. These are soft close as well and in the cream gloss. So more drawer space there. And then do this one last. And there you go as well. So nice drawer space, and they've got these chrome clasps as well. Now I'll just continue along and finish the kitchen off here. So this is our compressor fridge. This has 84 litre capacity, or there is an option to have a super large one, and that'll come further down here. So that'll be more like a small tower. So if this is too small for you at 84 litres, I'd opt for the optional extra larger one. You will get a freezer compartment, which is just up there, and then this fridge. Now because it is compressor, it's going to run solely off electric. So when you're off grid, your 12-volt battery system will be feeding that, and that's a Thetford appliance. Now just underneath it, if I step back, you're going to have some wardrobe space here, so we can see that there, and inside that's got the stone grey finish to it, so that's an ideal place as well to store shoes and bits and pieces. And then exterior, we've got that cream gloss finish. Now before we do the bedroom, let's just make our way into the all-in-one washroom on the near side. Now as we come along, you'll see that this padded ceiling continues all the way through the camper. We've got the lights, got this nice mood light, a little storage cupboard just in there, and then we also have a television point there and a USB and USB-C charging point. Now the all-in-one, this is again one of those clever systems where the shower is incorporated within here. Now first of all, let's start in that back left corner. So back there you'll see some shelving, and there is a small cabinet for the toiletries. Just under there there's a couple of hooks, and then we find the Thetford flush. Here is our Thetford swivel toilet, so you can manoeuvre that about to make sure that you can get in there and close the door. There's also a toilet roll holder and somewhere to put your toothbrushes. That's this little glass here. Then we come along to the circular sink. So the circular sink is surrounded again by the forest green, and then you've got your tap there, hot and cold water, and that's part of the shower system as well, which I'll show you. And then that large mirror finish. There is somewhere to hang towels, that's that bar there. So when you want to use your shower, what we're going to do is there's a little catch which we can see just on the side. I'm going to press that catch and pull this across. So this whole side is going to slide over, and we now have our shower space. I'm going to step in. So when you step in, you'll notice here there is this little space here. It is all fully waterproof though. Compromises in the all-in-one is, yes, the headroom. If you're a big person, you're probably best showering on the campsite. However, if needs be, you do have this onboard shower space. There is, I'll just show you this, there is a slide across door, so it's fully enclosed as you can see. And then I'll just slide that back. And then your shower is here, so you're going to take this out, which was part of your sink before, and you can just use it freely or attach it here. So totally up to you. And then when you're finished, you're just going to feed that back in. So that goes back into there, and then you're going to reattach that into there like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to step out and show you that slid back, but this is just to give you an idea of the size of the shower. Remember, it's a 6-metre camper van, so there's always a compromise, but at least it gives you the option. And if you're not going to use it, at least you've got this nice size here in that washroom. So there we go. Right, and last but not least, the bed. So this bed back here is a good size double bed. I'll let Jules take you back. So heading back there, you are going to sleep transversely across the camper van. Now that means you're going to have your head at one side and feet at the other. And the reason there is those breaks in the mattresses is because these do fold up apart. So you can use the storage through the middle of the camper if you've got larger items. There are overhead lockers with the cream gloss as well. I'll come through myself and open those in a second for us. But looking round, you can see the mood lighting and those little downlighters as well. You do get USB chargers in those. And then here you can access that storage that we saw when we were outside. So there's access there as well. Right, so I'll just come forward. So this is your large double bed. I believe it's about 195 centimetres in length. And then these cupboards, again, it's the pull mechanism and open up. So you can see into here, we've got shelving there. I'll do the same here and open this one. So you can see in that there. And then this one as well. There we go. So that's storage all the way around the camper van. And I'll close that one, and you can just see me do that. Close that one and close that one. There we go. And the back doors there, if I just step back. So in those back doors, you do get a blind and a fly screen. They do open as well for ventilation. And there's also the vents for the Truma heating system to keep you nice and warm in the back. So that is 2 berths in the back there, a double transverse bed in this 6-metre camper van, the storage in the overhead lockers, USB chargers in the lights, our all-in-one washroom here on the near side, the compressor fridge freezer. There is the option to have the larger size, as I say. Then our sink and hob, plenty of plug sockets dotted around in the Kosmo Supremo. All this here, our dinette area, somewhere for your television, and that cab. And don't forget, this one's got the optional pop top as well. Let's just dive back out and take a final look at this beautiful orange. So there we go, that is the Laika Kosmo Supremo 60 for the 2026 season. Available in orange, green or blue. I personally really like the orange. I don't know about you, obviously let me know what you think to it, but I think this metallic orange and these black alloys really do finish it off. Yeah, I like the look of this one. There we go. So thank you to Erwin Centre Travel World who've let us come and review this Laika today. That's appreciated. I'm going to put a link in the description to their website and also to Laika, so you can explore the full range and also check out those 2 other colours that are available. So as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.